Hello, how you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggly, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. He don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure. Hello, everybody. It's your girl Dazzle, and I am back for another live chat and tarot reading. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a private reading, everything is in the description box. Okay, so hey Dominique, hey boo, how you doing today? So today Diddy trial is still going on, and today they had pretty much finished up with the personal stylist and who was actually friends. I don't know if his name was Deontay or something like that, who was actually really close to Cassie. Hello, y'all. Who was actually really close to Cassie or whatever like that. So they finished up with his stuff, right? And then they brought in a Jane Doe. I'm okay, can't complain. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's real good. I like that. But look, so the Jane Doe, they're gonna call her. Oh, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. I had work today. I kind of lied to my job and was like, I gotta pick up the kids early. So just don't put too much work on me. And so they didn't. So I got home early, got to have dinner with the kids, got to have some TLC with my man. And so, I'm just here. And I said I can do this earlier because I can do my live earlier and it'll last longer because I know like I've been coming home late from work. So I had to do my lives around like 10, matter of fact, 11, 10, 11, whatever. And I won't be on here for long because I have to be at work the next day, right? So because I'm early, I get to just be on here and talk mess with y'all for an hour or so and get down to it, right? So yeah, so they brought in the Jane Doe, who they nicknamed Maya, right? Or Maya, MIA, right? She was a personal assistant to Diddy, okay? And she testified about workplace abuse, overworking her, berating her, assaulting her, and even SA. He even SA'd her, right? That's what her testimony was, right? So my whole thing though, I ain't even gonna swell. Where I heard, because I be listening to Armand and stuff because I love his I love his play by play, and I like the way that he go about doing stuff, and the way he's a really good storyteller, okay? Real good storyteller. And he's been at this Diddy trial, and he was talking about he did a 90-day or 90-day cleanse, right? And went straight into doing this, and it manifested very well for him. And he's like one of the top YouTube content creators that's actually covering the trial, and he's getting a lot of views, and I'm pretty sure he's getting a good check, right? He getting some money. So he was talking about the whole thing, and the thing that really screwed me up is when she was like, okay, because here's the thing. She was talking about how other assistants didn't last long, right? They last 5 days or whatever the case may be. So it was always an option to quit. Okay. Technically, that's what that means. You can quit if you want to. right? But because it's a lifestyle thing, it's because it's a clout thing, rubbing shoulders with celebrities, it's a dream job, they would take, some people would stay, right? And, you know, go through the labors, no matter how toxic, of being a Diddy assistant. And mind you, they was only getting paid $50K a year for being an assistant. But however, I'm not gonna lie, through the testimony, what it sounds like is, and through other assistant testimonies, what it sounds like is, yeah, you come to the through the doors being an assistant, a stylist, and then if you stay around and you part of the team, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might get boosted up to being something else. You might get another title and you'll get more money. You're gonna boost up in the ranks, because she went from being an assistant to being something else, and they paid her right then and there $80K. So you never know. I mean, that's what they were standing around for. They wanted to get boosted up. So it seemed like this was a starter pack, right? If you're an assistant, it's a starter pack, whatever. But it's the abuse and the craziness that went along with it. But what made me like, girl, you were very, 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 very committed to your job. When she said she took Adderall, she was popping Adderalls like Tic Tacs, and she was up for 5 days working, and it got to the point where she started glitching. Diddy had his workers glitching, okay, and she started hitting herself with stuff, and you know, sleep deprivation will make you go crazy, and then you're high off Adderall. So Diddy was like, well, you know, I think you need some sleep. You need to go home and get you some rest, okay? And I'm like, that's because you done tweaked out and glitched out, and it probably was overwhelming for Diddy. You're like, damn, you glitching. Take your ass home and come back. Just glitching. She also talked about how, you know, Diddy told her to do something, get the people and shit, because they was going to have like a group meeting. And she said, wait, hold on, you know, I'm on my period and I have to like change my tampon or something like that. And he was like, no, go get the people. And she was like, hold on, I have to put a tampon on. And blood was literally dripping from down her leg, right? And he got mad and he threw a whole bowl of spaghetti at her head, and it missed her because I guess she ducked, but he was aiming for her head, right? And then he went and got some turkey meat and threw that, aiming at her head, right? So I guess like in the chat, and I was like, well, damn, that was a menstrual blood, turkey meat, and spaghetti disaster. I mean, I don't know what to like, I'm laughing. Mind you, it's traumatizing to people, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, me and my friends and my family, my close group, a lot of times we laugh at everything, right? Because we go through a lot. And at this point, we have to have some type of positive attitude, right? And I guess that's a safety thing. I guess that's a trauma response. We'll make fun of a lot of shit. Dazzle, I thought the freak off was a party with other celebrities, like Jaguar said. Girl, I thought so too, girl. She said she was walking bitches out. She said she was going to the freak offs, walking bitches out. Whole time the freak offs consisted of Diddy, either Cassie or Kim or Gina. So it's Diddy, one of his girls, and escort. Male escort most of the time. But then, you know, Cassie, you know, did the whole Usher changing places when she was like, oh, we gonna do this thing a little different tonight. You're gonna come over and you gonna get fucked by a female escort. Yeah, he was fucking female escorts too. Like, with some nights, you know, they switch it up and it'll be the female escort that come, right? But like with every assistant of Diddy, one of their jobs was when they was in the hotel, right? They had to clean up afterwards because they didn't want Diddy said he didn't want one of the housekeepers to take pictures and take it to TMZ and blow the spot up. Okay, so they was cleaning that baby oil, blood, cum, piss, glass. They was cleaning up shit from the walls. And mind you, they lied, and again, I'm going to keep saying they lied about, wow, the way she lied, I don't believe, no, you can't believe nothing that comes from her mouth. She told you that Jay-Z cut her right here. Whole time it looked like a stretch mark. Because he had the knife right here or something. And he told her as, he basically raped her, right? And then when they come out of her saying the shit, then that's when she walked it back and she said, no, it wasn't Jay-Z. It was Trevor Green. You know who Trevor Green is? Trevor Green is one of the subscribers that be in the chats in Jaguar sector, in the whole that little sector, the Black T sector, Jaguar sector. So she blamed an unknown subscriber of raping her and said that he was Jamaican and this, that, and the third. Yeah, after she said it was Jay-Z. And she also said she was on one of the freak off tapes. And Jay-Z was raping her and Diddy was in the room or something like that. So she was lying about a lot of stuff. Yeah, just lying. Y'all was like, yeah, she's telling the truth. Girl, if she was telling, the way she was talking, if she was really telling the tea and she was really telling the truth, she was supposed to be on that motherfucking stand, just like Ali Carter, you know. Where's the children? Y'all was supposed to be, whole time I thought that motherfuckers was on tables with edible arrangements and shit. What happened with that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all know. She need to go back. But what happened to the edible arrangements, girl? What happened to the grapes and the strawberries and shit all over your body, and they eating up off you and shit, and serving you up as tributes to the Baphomet? But it was fun stories, though. It was some crazy stories. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. But look, so the assistant was on Adderall for 5 days straight, just up 30, 40, 80 hours straight, my eyes on your high beams. You know what I'm saying? Like, on Adderall with no sleep, right? Actually, it's a participation award. She was not actually scheduled to actually get an award. She was invited by one of the people who was giving out the award, and as a participant, they gave her an extra award. It didn't even have her actual name on it, and that's how you know it wasn't really for her. It was just for participation, because it was like, oh, you came, and it's in light of the whole Diddy stuff and her being on Piers Morgan and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what that were. So then, you know, she was just talking about how grueling the job was. You're not getting any sleep. You're not getting paid like that. You're working all this overtime, everything else like that. But then she was talking about the partying part. So Diddy, oh yeah, before I get to that part, Diddy threw a whole computer at her head, okay? Because the Wi-Fi wasn't working. And he said, bitch, fix that shit, whatever. Threw the whole computer at her head. And my thought was, which computer was it? Was it the big Dell computer or was it the laptop? Yes, that's why she was on Adderall. She was popping Adderall like Tic-Tacs. That's why she started glitching on the 5th day. Yes. No ham, no turkey. Well, that turkey meat got thrown at her head, girl. What are you talking about? So yeah, he threw a whole computer at her, and I was like, well, was it the old PCs, like, you know, the Dell and stuff like that? Was it the old ones or the old Apple ones? I believe the old Apple ones with the big back. Remember, they used to be white in the front and they used to be a different color in the back or whatever. I was wondering, was it that or was it a laptop? Because if it was that, bitch, I would have quit. Well, I would have quit if I had to take Adderall for 5 days straight. And the whole time, you gonna go with the laptop? Yeah, I think maybe it was the laptop. So, because I'm like, damn, was it the big PC? The big body one? He threw a big body PC at your head, bitch? Nah, baby, nah. And mind you, you can quit if you want to. And he used to fire people all the time. Matter of fact, she got suspended when he threw the spaghetti at her head. She got suspended for a minute and came back. But yeah, so basically she was talking about how, you know, she said Diddy made her basically take drugs. And so she was like, she had Molly and stuff like that, but then she also had she also snorted some stuff, right? So he made her snort. He was like, oh, take this, right? Because, you know, rich people, they got it on the silver platter. They got it on the platter. They got the pink cocaine and shit on the platter. He said, take this $20 bill that I got rolled up and, right? So she had to, but when he wasn't looking, she had to try to blow it out. But I'm like, hold on, girl. You can't fool a player. If you sniffed it up and then tried to blow it out, you still got high, girl. You still got high. So she was talking about how he had closed all the blinds and put the disco light on. And they was high. I don't know. I just find it funny. I'm going to go with the laptop. Did she still work with him after that? Yes. Still work with him. But yeah, they got these disco lights and they high. They high shit. They on pills. Because you know he always had his little Diddy druggy bag, right? You know, he had the pink cocaine. He had the pills. He had all that good shit. He had uppers, downers, siders, arounders. And then he had the shit. He also had the Tylenol for later. You know, if in case you got a headache or something like that, you got a hangover or something like that. We gonna party, bitch. And they was like, well, did he work while high? He always worked. He was working all the time. And in fact, a lot of times people pop pills, you know, they do uppers so they won't go to sleep so they can keep working and stuff. So he was on uppers, girl. He wasn't on heroin. He ain't do no downers. No downers. We doing straight uppers, girl. Uppers. So when he crashed down, that's when that bipolar hit and he'd be smacking hoes. Yeah, he was gorilla pimping when he was crashing. Now, y'all don't know what gorilla pimping is? I'm going to tell y'all because, you know, I be watching Soft White Underbelly, right? And they interview a lot of prostitutes from Fig Row. And I think Fig Row in California, you know. Fig Row. And they call it the Blade, right? And, you know, you got a man that's really your pimp. And, you know, you got some pimps that want to elevate you, but other pimps, you know, they want to put their hands on you and to be laser focused on you and to be overly aggressive and controlling like what Diddy was doing. They call it gorilla pimping, okay? So when Diddy, what I'm gathering is from various testimonies, because you got a man that's working 24/7, and as his assistant, you're going to work 24/7 for $50K a year. But you might get perks. You're going to get all the other perks that y'all like I want to, you know, rub shoulders and church and Caicos with Rihanna and shit like that, right? Yeah, it's in California. So y'all want to do all that, right? So what y'all going to do is be up with them. But as a man that's always working and up, as a businessman 24/7, they will that's a recipe for drugs. That's a recipe for uppers. You gotta stay up. You gotta stay up for 3 meetings 2 parties, a freak off, see your kids, see your mama, smack Cassie around, come back, talk shit and raise hell to your staff, and then plan on going somewhere else, always out of town, always doing this. You got to be up. So yeah, he was taking uppers. And if you want to be my friend, because see, sometimes he want to be her friend. Other times he just want to be the devil. But that day he wanted to be her friend. He said, well, look, you know what I'm saying? You gonna, take some drugs with me and shit. And then there was another time where, they was out the country or whatever it was. And, she was in the hammock or whatever, and she was asleep. She finally got some sleep. And she was in the hammock, in the shade, rocking, sleep. And all of a sudden, here he come with a big ass ice bucket and threw ice over her and told her, bitch, wake up. We back up. We up, bitch. We up. You on the clock, ho. That's what he said. And then whole time, all his assistants, they gotta live. They basically living at the mansion in Florida with him in the guest house. And at this time, he didn't have any other assistants. It was only just her, right? And so she was working double time. So if he got 3 assistants and they still working overtime, that means she worked 24 hours a day. That's why she was up. So, it was that time. Then there was another time where it gets to the SA part. Now, here's where I have to do a reading on, right? Because I do believe that she witnessed him beat Cassie up. I do believe that he was not a good employer. He overworked her. He was berating her. He threw stuff at her. Suspended her for no reason, did crazy stuff, but I don't believe that she didn't willingly take drugs. Because one of the drugs she said she took, she had a good time. She partied. She got to meet new people, meet new friends. So I don't think she was not an unwilling participant of the drugs. Okay. I think she was taking them. Because when I did a reading on all these other people, I'm always trying to figure out, I really do believe that they were willingly taking those drugs. They were willingly doing it, and they was going with it, and they was just as high. He was high. She was high. Everybody was high. Okay? Everybody. And I just know that when you mix drugs and alcohol and you take it for too long, it's going to be some fucking and some fighting and passing out and throwing up. And exhaustion. Okay, that's what I do know for sure. Okay, so yeah, she was talking about it was one time Diddy came to her drunk, right? And he tried to kiss her, and then put his hands in her coochie, on her booty and stuff, try to finger effort on his, I don't know if it was his 40th birthday or something like that, on his birthday. That was one time, right? She let it go. She thought it was like a one-off. Like it just happened. He was just drunk. Maybe, I be getting high with him too. You know what I'm saying? He probably felt the way, right? I would have to be high to deal with that type of abuse. Yeah. You said no amount is worth that abuse. You talking about money. Well, you'd be surprised. I don't know. At this point, I got to really start thinking about how bad people want to be in Hollywood and rub shoulders with celebrities. And how bad people want to live a certain lifestyle. I do have to take that in consideration. But me personally, I'm like the background, one of the, the background singer on What's Love Got to Do With It when they was at that damn breakfast place. Oh, hell no. You only got one time to smack me around like that. One good time. And you ain't even my man. We ain't even screwing. You just my employer? No. And if you kick me out, oh, well, I've been kicked out of better establishments. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to repeatedly come back. It's not worth it at all. Fuck Rihanna. I don't give a fuck about chilling with Rihanna. But you got some people who do. You got some people who like the parties and the rubbing the shoulders and stuff, but it's a mind frame. It's a lifestyle. I mean, what you won't do, another person will. I mean, I really do agree with that part of it. I mean, with that thought process, because even my mom was saying that, because I can get how people can have that thought process too, right? But me personally, I'm not doing that for $50K a year. Girl, now if you was paying me $5 million a year or something like that, now I might let you call me a couple of bitches. But look, and if you paid me $6 million a year and I was single, you know, you can't abuse me. But you know, I'll let you kiss me, you know what I'm saying? Hey boo. I'll be the mistress. Shit. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger mistress was the maid, and she ended up having a baby bound. You know. And I'm like, well, shit, look at her. She slowly, but, you know, secretly came up. She said, well, shit, that's a rich-ass man. And he want to lick my booty on the low and give me extra little perks on the low. I don't know. But look, I don't know. But it's not worth it, y'all. For real, it's not worth it. But, yeah. So then there was another time that she said that she was asleep in the guest room. I mean, in the guest house. And, you know, mind you, you couldn't lock no doors. And she was asleep on one of the bunk beds, right? And she woke up in shock because he was on top of her, like the color purple. When they was like, how he died, and she was like, on top of me? Yeah, he was on top of her, like the color purple. And he had put his manhood up in her. And she was just so shocked. She just let it happen. And they was like, well, what happened after that? And she was like, well, you know, Diddy doesn't start something and not finish it. He see it all the way through or something like that. So he busted in you or busted on. So he was on top of you and he did his thing, did his big one on you. And he just busted and then left. And then afterwards, there was another time. She was in the closet getting ready. You know, the rich people closets ain't like our closets. It ain't no small closet. You know, the rich people closets look like a room, right? It's a whole room, girl. It's a room. It's a vibe. It's a room. They probably got like the little the recliner, you know, like the bedroom furniture in the rich people closets where you can recline and look at all your Gucci's and your red bottoms and your Christian Dior and your Balenciagas and be like, what am I going to wear today? You know, things like that with the wine and shit. Yeah, so she in that big ass closet / room getting ready, getting dressed. And while she's like on the floor, right? So I guess she's bit on the floor, like Indian style, whatever the hell. And she looked up, and P. Diddy got his Tootsie Roll in her face, flopping it around, and push her head in between his legs, and she got to sucking. And he made her suck his thing. Now, here's my thing, though. And she finished. And, you know, we was bopping her head like. And so while she in that position, mind you, how our mom described it, to me, it reminded me of something off Pornhub. You know when you're on your knees and you look up, right? You know when the girls be on their knees and they look up and the dude got their sausage just. Come here, girl. Come here. Put it in your mouth. And they put it in their mouth. Like, So that's what happened, right? And she finished. That means that it had to be a little bit of spit on there, too. You know, she must have been slobbing on that joint. You know, just bouncing. Right? I'm sorry. You ain't bite it. You ain't, I mean, ain't do no fight back, ain't push back, no nothing. Because if you don't really want nothing, you going to push back like, hey, you going to get the windmilling and shit. You know? She was rocking on the mic. Yeah, she was. I mean, because you know you gonna do something. You gonna at least try to like get your hands on my head. Like it's gonna feel like somebody is trying to dog walk you. You know how when you see girls getting dog walked and they like, hold on. You supposed to do all that. You supposed to fight something. You ain't supposed to just get raped, right? But she's like, I was compelled to give him head, right? I was forced. So they asked her, is it any time you said no? I don't want this. She said no. And they said, why didn't you say no? And then she was like, well, if I said no to him, you don't say no to him. Because if you say no, he's going to get angry. And he's basically going to take it out on you in an aggressive way. Ma'am. And then whole time, Armand said that this was the first time P. Diddy had looked up at her and was like, basically saying, this bitch lying. Like, this bitch lying. Right? So, it's either one or two things happen. Right? I do believe all the other stuff, but when it comes to the essay part, I'm going to have to do a reading on it because it's either one or two things happen. It's either her ass was actually out here sucking dick while she was high of Adderall and Perkies and PCP and Dippers, I don't know, cocaine, whatever the hell he was doing. Because she was doing it with him. And I'm saying, and I'm only saying this because I know for a fact, y'all out here high all day and drinking and doing and not getting no sleep, your judgment is off. Okay? And if you ain't say no the first time about the kiss and the finger fuck, then you kind of open game when you get high again. Okay? If you ain't to express no, bitch, no. I mean, and I'm just being real. Can I just be honest? In the real world, that's how that breaks down. If I'm hanging out with a dude every day, boss or not, but I got close vicinity with them, whatever, abusive or not, boss or not, if we are getting high all the goddamn time and all types of shit and no sleep, our judgment is off. So if he tries to come on to me and I don't say nah the first time, it's like in that man's mind, it's a lead way to do it again and to be spontaneous. And he got a wicked mind, apparently. He got a bad brain, apparently. There's something mentally going on up there. You know, he already bipolar, so his mood swings is extreme right and extreme left. You know what I'm saying? So he might hate the shit out you, then all of a sudden he really want to fuck you. Who knows? And y'all high as hell. So, I mean, that could have happened. Or it didn't happen at all. Or she could have just been really, I said 2, 3. She could have just been really afraid. So, I don't know. So, let's talk about this. All right, so I'm going to be using True Emotions Oracle, True Crime Oracle. What time is it, y'all? Because I might have to get my baby up, get my hubby up for work. Oh, my God. It's 9:45. I was supposed to get him up early, y'all. I'm still going to do this. Hold on. Just give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Quick break so I can call my baby because he's upstairs. I know he is asleep, but I got to call him. My bad, y'all. My bad. I had to wake my hubby up for work, y'all. I'm sorry. He work overnight, so I gotta wake him up at a certain time. But let's get into this. Well, we want to know with Miss Maya. Maya, the Jane Doe, the ex-assistant. Give me the energies. This flew out. Family. She really felt like they were a unit, like family, like. So I can see why. I mean, if I feel like what these assistants were doing, and I don't feel like that's something like new. I feel like a lot of people who work privately with people like that, and they live at their house, like nannies and stuff like that. Like it's almost like they take them on, and they're part of the family in a way. So that was her life, right? That was her life. And look at the back right here. I was just shuffling a little bit. One plopped out, and this is what happened. It was a crazy ass life too. Toxic lifestyle. Her ass was out there getting high and drunk and having a good ass time too. It was the best of times, and it was the worst of times. Okay. When it was good, girl. We was like this. We was popping bottles. Don't give a fuck. Okay. You know, we was in VIPs eating wagyu. Isn't it wagyu? I mean, because you know, when you at a certain station in life, you don't eat regular steak no more. You eat wagyu or something like that. Eating wagyu, drinking the best of the best of the best. You know, I know they got a drink with the elites and stuff. I know they got a drink that's like an alcoholic beverage, but they got the gold flakes in it and shit like that. Drinking that shit with Diddy and stuff. Snorting the best cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Getting high. Having a good time. Drinking the champagne and the bubbly and shit. It was all that. It was like family. They were having a wild time. But the problem is, you keep doing it, motherfuckers wild out. And then you already got somebody that's bad-minded. Yeah. Give me the energy of Maya and karmic ties, divine masculine. It was very toxic masculine man. That's that Diddy. And that karmic ties. Oh, she was supposed to come across his ass. I think that all the people that worked for Diddy and was close to Diddy, I feel like on the other side, they was all in his soul group, okay? And they all signed up for this shit. Crazy as it sounds. Karmic ties again, and I think she's ashamed of some of the shit she was doing with Diddy, okay? Okay, so I'm trying to get it out. So give me that energy. Miss Maya, the ex-assistant of P. Diddy. Give me some more energy. How did she feel towards P. Diddy in the whole situation? Losing sleep. That bitch, I'm trying to tell you, it was sleep deprivation. Some of the stuff. Her ass was. And now this is traumatizing to her now. So she's probably losing sleep now. This is PTSD. This girl was losing sleep. Re-victimization. I mean, it was grueling. But she had fun times. That's the only thing. It's like almost like a sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice your body and your mental and your self-respect and your integrity for the lifestyle. That was the trade-off. Okay, so let's see. Let me just ask this because I know damn well. Let's see. Let's talk about the sexual assault that come out too. The drinking, toxic lifestyle, motherfuckers was high. Everybody was high. Massive regrets is in the reverse. So, phony, trickster, and fairy tale. So, I don't think that story is all the way real. And I think that it's shady in the reverse. I don't think the story is all the way real, y'all. That part of it. I think, you know what I think, y'all, based on what I'm looking at? what I think is this, and what I feel is this. Because of the whole environment itself, you got a woman who is going through sleep deprivation, chronic drug use with their employer and everybody else, drinking and partying, the abuse, walking on eggshells. It messes with your mind, okay? And you will make, not only that, it is a thing called psychosis, like alcoholic psychosis, and what else? Drug psychosis that's induced, or like you can get like memory damage. You can not see things clearly for what they are. So it was a lot of stuff going with her. Okay, I told her she was glitching after 5 days. So he said HIV is all-time high in some states. Ladies, keep your box to yourself. Oh, I do gotta do a reading on Gene Deal. But yeah, so I don't believe things didn't happen. But when it comes down to the essay, there's some lies in that. I believe that trickster energy come out, that shady energy come out, and girl, you was high a lot, and you was stressed a lot, and sleep deprivation. The job was overwhelming for this girl. So, but I do believe though. Let's ask about the dick sucking. Okay, let's just ask that because I know it's something off, right? So let's ask about the dick sucking. Your energy surrounding the dick sucking. Okay. Did she give Diddy oral? 1, 2, 3. Trap. That's a trap. Coat. Right? We talking about this trap. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This trap means that she was in a closet. Why I'm saying that? Because when I'm looking at trap, there's a few things, right? You go in that closet is one way in and one way out. He go in that closet and you're in that closet by yourself. It's y'all two. There is a trap, as in like working with him, being in his facility. That means that you are in this hole. You're in his world and doing what he wants you to do, right? Also, it is a strategy from the prosecutors too. So it's all that together, right? So you found yourself by yourself in a one way in, one way out scenario. And not only that, you're surrounded in his bubble, bending to his will. And with the prosecutors, they're going to use that as a way to say that he forced you, when in fact, you had clouded judgment anyway. You see these spiritual gifts is in the reverse, but that bitch is sitting Indian style. So yeah, that she gave him head, but I don't think it was unwillingly. I think he pulled his dick out and she sucked it. Okay, that's what I think. It was not unwillingly. And it says goodbye. It was the end of that. And when you look at it, it looked like he relieved himself and rolled the hell out and went back to whatever he was doing. So she was a willing participant in the head giving. But however, it's how you want to see it. You know, my mind all fucked up anyway. He got me working 152 hours a week. I mean, I don't know. He got me working forever. I'm up all night. I'm trying to trade my sanity for this lifestyle. I'm taking Adderall and Coke, drinking. I'm all fucked up in the head right now. I'm not really thinking clearly. I need to go on the cleanse, and I need to get the fuck away from here, right? On the low. But when in Rome, do what Romans do. You pull your dick out. Yes, baby, I suck your dick. I suck your dick balls. Mm-hmm. But she sees it differently now. And not only that, when you out of it, you get to analyze yourself and how you were in it, and it's traumatizing. It's very traumatizing. So she willingly did it when she was in it, but when she got out of it, she realized how bad off she was in it, and it traumatizes her. But it wasn't all Diddy. She actually sucked some dick because he wanted to suck some dick. Okay, so that's what that were. Okay. But you was like, these cities got the highest number of HIV. Florida, Louisiana, Delaware, New York, California. Nah, you put Florida twice because Florida must got some big numbers. You're gonna make sure you remember Florida. Don't forget Florida. But yeah, so that story is weird. You know, I don't think she was that afraid of him not to suck his dick. What's wrong, boo? Oh, I put it in their bag for him. I put their folders up for him. But yeah, so I kind of feel like that story wasn't all the way true. And it was not all the way true. But the synopsis is Diddy was abusing his power. And I do believe that it's convincing, and it goes along with the story building and the narrative building of the prosecution. Yes, but they're going to be doing cross-examination on her tomorrow, and if Diddy is already saying no, she lying, then that means they're going to drag her tomorrow. Okay, they might drag her, but but it was a compelling story. And she must, and she decided to be anonymous. So the people in the courtroom know what she looks like, but they can't tell the public or whatever the case may be. Right? So that's with that, right? So let's go ahead and move on. So this is where we're going to be talking about. And mind you, before we start, I've been reading on this shit since the first motherfucker happened. And I'm tired of reading on it over and over again because a lot of times, now, I don't even ask the same questions I used to ask. I just ask about the scenarios that's happening at the moment between the two, right? So, a lot of y'all get mad at people, right? I've had people get mad at me because I straight up just call people that don't understand. I'll be like, y'all must be on crack or something. It got to be something because clear as day, right? And I'm like, I don't know. But here's what I'm going to do today. Instead of going back and forth, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just go straight towards this reading with them and see what's going on, right? So, Tory Lanez, you already know he got stabbed up 14 times in jail, right? His legal team, Unite the People and stuff, has decided to push everything out in the public to try to get a pardon, right? And so they were saying there was new evidence. You had this... you had Kelsey's bodyguard or whatever like that driver come out, give a statement saying that Kelsey said she shot Meg or whatever, but yet he heard her say that, but yet that's hearsay. That's for him, just to let y'all know. And the other part was that they got an audio of the guy who testified and said that he seen Tory shooting Meg, but then the audio is talking about how he seen two females fighting, even though they already said that in court. Mind you, this audio that's been leaked that said that there was new evidence is actually already in court. They already did that already. They already played. They already had that already, right? But they released it again and called it new. And you can hear him saying that, oh, Meg and Kelsey fought, and then he's seeing Kelsey with the gun. He thought he's seeing Kelsey with the gun, but then they didn't add the part or whatever the case may be of everything else of him seeing Tory with a gun, whatever. But in court, he testified that he's seen Tory with a gun too. I mean, hey, whatever. I don't know. So we're just gonna get into this. So let's do true crime. Y'all want to do true crime? I'm gonna do true crime oracle. Okay, you going, boo? Give me my love, all of my love. I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to rain. All of my love is waiting on you. Gavin Newsom won't even let the Mendez brothers out, despite the evidence they have of what was going on in the house with their parents. I mean, yeah. I had to kiss my baby goodbye until tomorrow. But let's see. Oh! I still had cards out. Let me tell y'all, because one of these lives that I did, I was in the midst of doing a reading and somebody had called me and I said I'll get back to it. So but I forgot what the hell I was even talking about, and I gotta redo the live. I gotta re-listen to the live to see what the hell I was talking about. But I had already had the cards out, right? And so I put the cards on top of the deck, and now I'm shuffling the deck, and the cards are still on top of the deck. Oh, God, whatever. Let me fix this. I'm going to get a good shuffle in. So let's clear this energy, and let's just go ahead on and ask this shit. Okay, so will Tory Lanez get a pardon? Or, matter of fact, I asked that already. So that's not a question I want to ask. What I want to ask is about the strategy. Is Tory Lanez team Unite the People, do they really have new evidence that will pardon him? Do they really? Right? Because the evidence that's come out so far is old evidence. It's not new. Do they really have new evidence? Let's ask that. 1, 2, 3. Tory went down already. Okay, we got on ahead. No, they don't. They don't. Okay, the sun is in the reverse in the back. Okay, that's Daystar. Daystar Peterson. Okay, he's a Leo. The sun is a Leo. It talks about abundance and things like that. In the reverse, it's the opposite. Even though I do like to say the sun card is still a good card in the reverse, but however, it's like it's not abundant, right? It doesn't feel abundant, right? That's for one. For two, in the negative aspects of the sun, in the reverse, it's talking about self-centeredness, selfishness, ego, things like that, right? So really, Tory Lanez got this whole thing together based on and making them do all this and doing it in the public opinion, in the court of public opinion, only because it sways to his way, and it's more so like when people are not willing to see what they do, right? They're not willing to see shit. They don't want to see they wrong. They know they did something wrong, but they don't really want to face the consequences of it. They don't want to really face the scrutiny of it. So it's almost like an ego glitch or some shit, right? A narcissistic glitch, whatever. So this is what this is all about for me, right? You got the 9 of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Wands in the reverse. The Hangman in the reverse. The 2 of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So, his team, Unite the People in them, they know that is no new evidence, okay? But because they don't want to give up and they don't want to admit that he did do something, they're going to go about it a different way. This is stubbornness. This is all stubbornness and not willing to see things from a different point of view, right? So because they want to keep fighting a fight that's not worth it, they are feeling like they need to get active, like it's a time for action. But also, this is not actually them looking at everything and really taking it in. It's them saying that they're pointing people. It's like they pointing people out as the reason why Tory's in jail besides Tory. They don't want to see it in any other way. But the problem is, it's not going to work. The strategy is not going to work. It's the Two of Wands in the reverse. It's not. Okay. So, because it's coming from an egoic, arrogant place when it comes to Tory, I kind of feel like with Tory, maybe when he got done up like that in jail, maybe it changes him. Maybe he'll come out better. So let me ask this when it comes with true emotional tarot. How? No. We're going to do the journey. Let's do this. Will Tory change his perspective of this case after he has been locked up and stabbed up in jail? Will it change his perspective? Will he actually admit guilt? Will he actually eventually admit that he hurt somebody? 1, 2, 3. Give me the energy for this. Future self. Girl, that's future. The future self. The future self will. Clarity is in the reverse. Mirrors. I feel like limiting beliefs, right? So, and follow your bliss. For right now, no. Okay? He's always going to be like this, right? For right now, right? It's the fact that it's almost like a coping thing. It's almost like a coping thing for him. And I mean, honestly speaking, you're going to keep fighting for your innocence, even if you're not innocent, because you want to get out. But for him, it's a coping thing, because to look at yourself and to say you are the reason why you're here is too much for him. That's not how he was brought up. No. That's a strength that he hasn't tapped into yet. Sometimes, hey, you ever just looked at yourself in the mirror before, after something happened, and just be honest with yourself and just say, yeah, I fucked up. And is willing to do it publicly. Hold the hell on. I know my dog ain't doing what the hell he doing. If it ain't one thing, it's another. As soon as my baby, hold the hell up. Move! Get your butt up. No. You is not about to tear up my living room. I know you're not. I know you're not. Come on. No, come on, let's go. You gonna get your butt. You're not doing that to me. Yeah, that's what you get. No. You're not about to tear up my living room. Man, let me tell y'all. Tell me why, as soon as Lex seen my husband leave, the house, he done went in my living room, looked over at me, seen I was doing the reading, and I was live with y'all. And let me tell you, he got this damn dog bed, this $60 dog bed, and he decides that he wants to tear it up and take all the damn cushion out of it. He was trying to knock over my coffee table because he didn't pull the damn bed underneath the coffee table, and then one of the kids left a freaking cup of juice on the coffee table, and he almost knocked that over. What the hell? Woosah. Okay, I'm back. So this is why I need some wine. Yeah, my red cup is wine in the y'all. But look. Sometimes you got to tell yourself the truth, and sometimes people are not willing to. They're not willing to face their demons publicly. Okay, that's where he's at right now. Will he do the full 10 years? Let's see. Let's do true crime. And let's see what Oracle says with true crime. Will Tory Lanez do the full 10 years? I think I did a reading when he first got convicted. Damn. Why strangulation come up? If he had to do the full 10 years right now, he feel like he gonna kill himself. That's how bad he want to get out. If he cannot escape, he gonna physically take himself out. If he did the whole 10 years, he feel like he can't do 10 years. And after being stabbed up 14 times, I would feel the same way. I can't do 10 years up in this motherfucker. No, I can't. So let me see. Will he do the full 10 years? 1, 2, 3. Abuse, neglect, while being locked the fuck up. You know, if he push hard enough, he may not do the whole 10 years. Perversion is in the reverse, but the way I see it is people are target. People are victimizing him. You see this? A motherfucker looking at you from the creases and shit. He's a target now. So what they could do is that they can start like really fighting for him to be let out and stuff because he feels like a target, you know, and his life is on the line and he really feel afraid. Now, that's a way to get those 10 years shorter. Okay, so what true crime is saying is that if he put the focus on, I'm afraid for my life in prison, I might die, and you keep pressing the issue, and then you got everything else going on. If you want good behavior, you might not do the whole 10 years. You might not. So that's what it's giving. Does his dad truly believe he's innocent? Does his daddy truly believe he's innocent? Does Tory Lanez's daddy truly believe that he is innocent? Does Tory Lanez's daddy truly believe that he is innocent? Oh, I got some stuff. Little lies up in this joint. Okay. Does he truly, in his heart, believe that Tory Lanez did nothing wrong? 1, 2. And he is innocent of all charges. 1, 2, 3. Does he truly within his heart? Because let's be real, Tory Lanez's dad did what he was supposed to do. Okay? As soon as your folks get found guilty, you were supposed to protest, no matter if he was innocent or not. Okay? So did Tory Lanez's dad truly believe that he was innocent? He went with it. That nigga went with it. He said, well, shit, it don't matter. He went with it. This was a past tower moment, okay? So he can acknowledge that there was a mechanism of injury that happened, okay? Shit went down and a mechanism of injury occurred. When I look at the tower, I think about a mechanism of injury, not mechanism of illness, mechanism of injury. Somebody was hurt. So he knew that from jump. He knew that shit went down. Somebody got hurt. The 4 cups is in the reverse. This is somebody taking an emotional offer. Somebody taking that offer. This talks about the 5 of Pentacles upright. This is like a poverty mindset in a way. The 2 of Swords is in the reverse. This is taking a side. So really, what it's about. It's not about whether he's innocent or not. That's not what his father truly feels. He knows some shit happened. But however, for him, it's not about if his son is innocent or not. Okay? It's about securing things. It's about financial things. So I'm going to choose my team and I'm going to choose my son every time. It's just like, it's no different than when Pookie and Ray Ray do a drill on somebody and end up killing them. And, you know, they mama got to get them a lawyer. And so they in court and they didn't put their house up for this lawyer and for their bond and whatnot. And the family is funding the lawyer and stuff. It doesn't matter if they're innocent or not at this point. They chose a side. So he does not think that he didn't do anything. The problem is that's his son and he's choosing a side. That's what it is. Now, Pookie and Ray Ray could have did that drill and could have been on, they got him on camera, all types of shit. It don't matter. So, what's up? I said what I said. You said I said what I said. Okay, so that's the question. Did Amber Heard, a.k.a. Amber Rose, get paid to come up to us with the BS? All right, let's talk about this shit. Isn't it funny how with Milagro Graham, she did not do GoFundMe. She did another site. She did another fundraising site who was actually affiliated with the far right and things like that, right? Amber Rose is affiliated with the right, right? And MAGA. You have the congresswoman or representative, whatever the fuck, the white girl. She is affiliated with the right. So what they're doing is they're leaning to the right, right? And because they're more so about alternative facts. They're with that, right? They're all about the alternative facts, boo. And they're all about being against the rules and laws if it does not benefit the party that they're with, right? They're all about all that. They're all about letting people go like Donald Trump, who's going to grab you by the pussy. You know, they're all about voting in a convicted someone who needs to be in jail. Okay, they're all about that. They're all about elitism too. They're not about me and you. They're not about right and wrong. Right and wrong is blurred with them. So it's funny how they're trying to connect with them. And they do propaganda. They do buy bots. They do all that good shit. And I'm just keeping it real. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And I think I did a reading before, not too long ago, when I said, oh, somebody is funding this shit. Somebody in the background is a man. Yeah. Yeah. They're with that shit. All that shit that Tory Lanez is doing, even down to reproducing old evidence and making it out as new for people who never seen it. They're going and they can make the narrative because see they're going. That's how you do it. You put everything out in the case and try it in the case of public opinion, right? So fuck re-victimizing Megan. So the fuck what, right? We don't like her. Fuck it, right? So you throw it out there in the case of public opinion, right? And you throw things in their face that was already there, but you just make it in as something else, and then you give an alternative fact to it and shit. That's what the fuck they doing. Dazzle, why everyone on social media think Rock Nation setting people up to go to jail? You know why? I'm about to do a reading on that too. But here's my thoughts, right? Do I want to get my thoughts now? Why? Let me do a one card pool. Why does everyone on Rock Nation feel like on social media think Rock Nation is setting people up to go to jail? Okay. Now I just said all that about the right? About how they buy bots and stuff. So while I'm actually thinking, why Does everyone in social media think that Rock Nation is setting people up to go to jail? 1, 2, 3. Two of Swords, 8 of Wands in the reverse, the 5 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so I can tell you this though. I remember when the election was going on, right? And this is when I realized that people are not lying about bots and stuff, and about how bots really do pass as real people on social media, right? Like real profiles and stuff. When the shade room I'm gonna get back to it. But when the shade room would post anything about Kamala Harris or about Donald Trump, anything about the election, you would see all these white people commenting in the shade room. And the whole time, the shade room is a melanated place. You never see all them white people in the shade room, okay? And they'd be saying misinformation and stuff like that. It didn't click to me that those were bots, and they would check what's trending in the key, like names and stuff. They'd pick out the election, whatever. So if it was anything bad or anything that was opposite of what the right said, it'd be like 50-11 white people in the shade room in their comment section saying misinformation. This is wrong. Da 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 da. Right? And then it dawned on me that they do that. And celebrities buy bots and troll farms and stuff. They do to go against other celebrities and stuff. Right? So what Tory has done is buy bots. And when you do that, you're convincing real people that this is real, because a lot of people go with the crowd, right? You bring out the evidence that's already been displayed before, that's not new, and you put a spin to it, or you give it and make it into a certain narrative that that you want it. You have the bots in there that's agreeing to it. So when people actually see the headline, and then they see what everybody else is saying, they're going to go what everybody else is saying. And then you have people who are actually with shit, like Miss Amber Rose and shit like that, who's actually with the right, who's actually like trickling down to like people like Tory Lanez and stuff to convince y'all of the bullshit. They're going to go online and do interviews and say free Tory and whatnot and MAGA and shit. It's a whole mind fuck. It's grooming us, the consumers of the bullshit, of how to feel and shit. So I'm saying it in a way that I can make y'all understand it. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but this right here, this talks about people who are on the fence about what really happened. And because the truth comes out slower than the lies, and the narratives is within the lie, is within the shit too. It's like it keeps people opposed to each other. So what's really going on is that people don't trust Rock Nation because they've been told and they've been showed via online and propaganda and gossip and shit like that, like Jaguar writing them, to not trust Rock Nation and the stories behind it and things like that. Like the narratives, right? Make you not trust stuff. And then there's another layer of people don't trust Black-owned shit. People don't trust that a Black person can have all that power. And there got to be something to it. And they're dangerous. I mean, shit, they killed Black people, killed Malcolm X because they felt like he was too powerful. They don't trust him. They don't trust it. So then I'll ask this. Don't forget my Amber Rose question. Did she get paid to come to us with the BS? Yes. Propaganda. Did she get paid to come to us? I bet you would say yes. Did she get paid to come to us with the bullshit? 1, 2, 3. Queen of Pentacles. It's all about the money. Yes, yes. She got paid. She got paid. She got paid. Ace of Swords in the reverse. She got paid. She lied through her teeth. She know Tory shot that girl. But they don't see value in Meg. That's the problem. Well, Megan sue these people. Well, she's suing Milagro now, and then she got a restraining order on Tory, who's already convicted of other stuff. So she might sue. Oh! That's what CCV was talking about when he was, because he read the lawsuits. He read the transcripts and stuff from Pacer. And what it looks like is, I don't even need to do a reading on that, because what it looked like she's setting up, oh God. Well, I feel like I just seen like Megan Thee Stallion wink at me like, yeah, I think I'm right about this. Because he was saying that it looked like they're setting up to not just sue Milagro, but to unite the people. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to unite the people next. I don't even need to read on that. Like, if y'all been following like transcripts and stuff, yeah. Alex Sparrow trying to get unite the people. Let's see. When my brother unalive a person, my mama told the police, I believe it, my son is no saint. Yeah, but you got motherfuckers. I remember when these two dudes I grew up with, you know, most of the time the dudes that unalive each other, you know, they went to junior high school together or elementary school or some shit together, right? So it's two dudes that I went to junior high school with, right? And one of them passed away, right? He got killed, right? And his mama was online. I mean, not online. His mama was on the news saying how she doesn't understand how this can happen to my son. My son never did anything. My son was a star football player. This, that, the third. My son never did nothing. Right? And us as kids, we like, what? Your son was doing drive-bys. Your son had a body on him before he even hit 10th grade. We know that. But you got people that do that shit. Okay. How does Rock Nation feel about Meg? Let's ask this. True emotions. How does Rock Nation feel about Megan Thee Stallion? Oh yeah, Alex Sparrow. And then come to think about it like this. Look what he was trying to do to Tony Busby. They're not just going after the people, you know, the people were doing all this and stuff. Now, these lawyers, these high-ranking lawyers, then got hip, and now they're going after the ambulance chasers. Mm-hmm. They want their license. That's what they're doing. They're not just coming after, like they're not just coming after like Jay-Z wasn't just coming after Jane Doe. He wanted Tony Busby's license. Like, nah, run me your license. You shouldn't be allowed to practice law, and you out here ambulance chasing and trying to distort the truth and shit. That's not real justice, right? That's what they trying to do on the low. So, how does Rock Nation feel about Meg in this whole situation? 1, 2, 3. They feel like she needs some more love, y'all. She needs some love from people right now. Like, basically, like, people need to check on her. You know, that can be hard. Closing this cycle. They want to help her get everything in a row and close this cycle. They tired of seeing this shit. They tired of hearing this shit. Right? getting readings. Ooh. They might even be giving her some spiritual insight. Or maybe she needs spiritual insight. So maybe they might hook her up with a reader. Or do a little bit of magic, you know what I'm saying, to help her out. They feel bad for the girl. So they might hit her, they might get you a good old voodoo priestess or some shit. But they've been working behind the scenes. They're trying to get her to close this cycle. They're working behind the scenes to help her. And they also got a good lawyer for her and a good team for her to actually get this stuff together. They see it as what it is, because to be honest with you, the problem is that y'all don't see is that there's a problem with the court of public opinion versus real court. What Tory Lanez is doing is taking shit that already was produced in court or was reviewed by actual lawmakers or whatever, like the DA, whatever, and his team, this, that, and the third. It was already produced in some type of way in court. He's taking it and bringing it to the court of public opinion and putting the MAGA twist in it. He's using MAGA. And what's happening is, instead of us really just looking at a higher focus of what this is, we just see it and and it's almost like an overload too. So, yeah, that's gonna be real interesting if and when Alex Sparrow go out to unite the people. If Alex Sparrow really, let me just go ahead on and just do a little quick reading on my theory. Is Alex Sparrow really gonna go out to unite the people? Is he trying to shake their ass down and close shop on their ass? Is Alex Sparrow trying to do that to them people? 1, 2, 3. Revenge, nigga, revenge. He like, oh yes. You want to play with my client? I need your license. And he doesn't mind taking this road to do so. Alex Sparrow, I mean, honestly, you get what you pay for. Real, like, high-priced attorneys, they don't play. They're sharks. I mean, I'm just saying, they just, that's what they take their job seriously. And they look down on ambulance chasers or trickster attorneys. They look down on them. I hate mamas like that. FBG Duck Mama acting like her son was a murdering people kids before somebody took him out. You're damn right. Period. Have any of these industry girls / friends reached out to Meg, or are they jealous of her? Has any of the industry girls reached out to Meg? Has any of the industry girls reached out to Meg? And you know, the internet will have you thinking that no one likes Meg. That's the only thing. The internet will really have you thinking that everybody in the world likes Tory and nobody likes Meg. But the truth is, if we just want to be honest, with Tory done did some fucked up shit to people. That it's certain people out there who was actually happy that he's in jail. And that's just being real. Okay? So, oh, this is true crime. Damn, what I was looking for. I was supposed to be shuffling with this. Have any of these industry girls as friends reached out to Meg, or are they jealous of her? Has any of the industry girls reached out to her during these tough times of this whole thing? Okay, you got my way. Has any of the industry girls reached out to her? 1, 2, 3. Oh, damn. Girl, This girl is alone. And if I was a reader who just wanted to be mean, I'd be like, yeah, she's alone and that's what the fuck she get, right? But she is a loner anyway, okay? And she's going through spiritual attacks, okay? This is for real. This talks about chaos, ego death, downward spiral, spiritual awakening. But a lot of times the spiritual attacks come in because they want to stop you from something. Okay, they want to stop you from achieving something. Like, for instance, like you could be supposed to do something, and so the spiritual attacks will come in and try to get you to stop. Right? She's supposed to be exactly what she is. Megan is supposed to be famous. Megan is supposed to be heard. Megan is supposed to be seen. The spiritual attacks that's going on against her, they want her to stop doing it. They want her not to have nothing. And in this game, you got a lot of backstabbers. So you don't know who's your friend and who's not. A lot of people are just working with you for, hey, if it's hot right now, we want to work with you. It's just business relationships, right? So, but it's crazy because with Megan, this is how you know you got a blessing on you when you're under spiritual warfare. Okay? I'm just giving y'all that. And just to be honest, Tory can be under spiritual warfare too. So just to keep it 100, if you take the situation out and you look a little higher, they're both under spiritual warfare. Okay? And y'all got to pray for both of them. And I'm just being real, even though I talk my shit, but y'all got to pray for both of them, because it's obvious that Megan is supposed to be somewhere in life that's going to cause a positive effect on people. Tory Lanez is supposed to go through this ego death, but he's supposed to come out of this and be a better person, do his self-reflection, but come out of this and be a better self. It's spiritual warfare. Okay. Will Milagro turn against Tory Lanez in court? Let me ask this. True crime. Will Milagro turn against Tory Lanez in court? 1, 2, 3. Mind control. She might be awakened from that. And assassination. Okay, so the way I see it like this. The way things are going with Milagro, she might go to court and go ahead and just blame Tory. If she show up. Okay, this is distant. Elias is foreign. Okay, this is her in the new ball game she knows nothing about. And it was all for greed. And she was in bed with this dude. He promised her something that he didn't give. She gonna die on that hill. She gonna self-destruct. This ain't suicide. She's gonna self-destruct if she goes to court with no representation. Because she ain't got no representation. Okay? Because Unite the People left her. Yeah, the news that's why I was talking about the misinformation and propaganda that's coming from the right? But see, it's up to us to actually see clearly with that. The news giving out misinformation. Can you give us some energy surrounding that? 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to tell you, it's all about partnering with somebody. Okay. This is what I will tell y'all. It's about the news and stuff giving out misinformation. It's about who they're partnered with. Okay, so which party is partnered with them on the low. Okay, who are they in bed with? Okay, you have to use your intuition and you have to do your due diligence when it comes to what you're getting from the news, because this is a dead situation. This is a dead situation. Okay, we need to be on to a different part of it. Now we need to be on to, instead of y'all rehashing this shit that's a dead situation, y'all need to be on to his safety in jail. Okay, that's the real part. Megan needs real friends. Yes, she does. She needs love and real friends. Not fame. I mean, because the fans do care about her. I can see her transitioning into acting like Queen Latifah. She is a star. Yeah, she is. But what's happening is people want to strip her of her lights. That's what's really going on. Pay attention. Look at it from a spiritual point of view. Pay attention. And then not only that, if you don't want to look at it on a spiritual point of view, look at it from a practical point of view, right? Be realistic, right? Realistically speaking, have you ever seen an actual victim get bashed that bad just because she lied about having sex with somebody? Mm-hmm. Just get bashed over and over again. And then look where it's coming from. She fell out with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj fans didn't like her. So they were already saying negative things about her. With Tory Lanez, when that happened with Tory Lanez, Nicki Minaj fans was instigating the things, and they went and an enemy of my enemy is my friend with Tory Lanez's fans, and then they gaslit and everything because they didn't like her. Okay, that's really what's going on. It's really that. It's really, really that. And it's basically the tearing down of a star. And if we can say it loud enough and we can convince everybody in the public, it would diminish her light. So anything that she ever comes out with, anything creative that she comes from the heart with, it won't be paid attention to, because what's going to be the whole narrative is she's a liar and she's a hoe and she's a bad friend. And yeah. And she put an innocent man in jail, even though he's not that innocent at all. But yeah. Is Queen Latifah mentoring her behind the scenes? Is Chris Como putting out misleading? Chris Como, who is Chris Como? I didn't even get to say hi, Maya, and Serene. Is Queen Latifah mentoring her behind the scenes? Let's see. It's a balance. I can say, yeah, if she reach out, she'll do it. Mm-hmm. But she mentors her about, like, if she talks to Queen Latifah talks about business and money. Mm-hmm. Is Chris Como putting misleading information out? Let me see. The Musician, yes. Everybody's doing it. Yeah. I don't know who he is, but he putting some type of information out, misleading information out. I don't know about who, but it's the Musician, so yes. But yeah, how long I've been on here? It is what now? It is 10:44. Okay, this is a good time, y'all. So I think I've been on here long enough, y'all. He's a news anchor. Oh, he's a news anchor? Oh, okay. He's like one of those right-wing, liberal, or like, like, is this something like the Young Turks, or is it something like the right-wing stuff? Or is it the right-wing conspiracy stuff, But if you notice, it's a lot of things that's coming out, and a lot of these conspiracies are not true when it comes to Diddy. When you can't, like with the Diddy trial, a lot of stuff is coming out, and a lot of stuff is being revealed that it wasn't what people said it was. Okay. You think more like Young Turks. Okay. But yeah, and then when it comes to Tory Lanez, we do have to understand how they're battling. Megan is battling the legal route in the court of the U.S. courts. He is battling the court of public opinion route, right? And because in the court of public opinion, Megan is not strong at, he's winning. But in the court of law, he's losing. That's what it really is. And at this point, it doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter if she had... It doesn't matter if we watched him shoot her. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even if they did, even if she fought Kelsey and stuff. It doesn't matter. Because the truth doesn't matter no more. It's what y'all feel. Is your opinion. I think he was on MSNBC and was fired because he Me Too some woman. Ooh. But that would give him, but see, how time know, if I'm thinking about it like that, that would give him the thought pattern to shift to the right and more conspiracy. How, they set you up and all this other stuff. And, don't trust the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter and shit like that. I don't know. He's in News Nation. He's the brother of former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. Oh! But, yeah. See, that's a lot. That's deep ties. Deep ties. But I'm gonna ask y'all this. Do y'all want me to start doing lives and I go live and we do like not just like personal readings, but like pick a card readings, or like if I get like another tarot reader, because I know other tarot readers and stuff, right? If we do dual tarot. I don't know. I was thinking about doing stuff like that. People love the lies more than the truth. Oh, yes. People wanted to believe that Ali Carter and they wanted to believe that Jaguar, right, had swum to Epstein Island and saved those girls from Epstein Island. Yeah. And people believed it. Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna start like putting some stuff together to try to do that. But I'm gonna try to, because I work a lot, but I'm gonna try to make sure I make time. And I'm gonna get some people together and we're gonna do that. And then I wanted to do like Conspiracy Mondays again. Like just be on live talking shit about conspiracies, right? That'll be fun. People love the lies more than the truth. Yeah, guys. That would be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try to start doing that, y'all. I'm gonna put that on my Palm Pilot, girl. But look, I think I've been on here for like an hour and 38 minutes. Okay, y'all. I think I did good this time. It's more than 30 minutes. So I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna try to be on here every single day because I want to like do stuff for the P. Diddy trial, but I also want to do like other stuff that's been coming up in the news. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love y'all for real. Good night, y'all.